What's going on? It's King Richez live call-in show. Yeah, phone numbers in the title, Skype handles in the title. Make sure you use it. Yeah, I've been saying a lot. I've been saying a lot of things. There are a lot of things that a lot of people agree with and a couple people disagree with. So now here is your opportunity and your time to say whatever the hell you want to say. Right? I want to say one thing. Yeah. I really find this to be a pet peeve when people leave comments under my videos and they start talking about other YouTubers. Please stop coming under my videos and start talking about other YouTubers. I don't care about other YouTubers. Yeah. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, it's John from DC again. What's up?
Yeah, what's going on? Well, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, just real quick, I didn't want to keep you all day. Just a couple things. I liked your video. I didn't watch the one from today, but the one yesterday about the whole like police brutality and like white people being racist and stuff.
Yeah.
I just really agree with you. You know, a lot of black people think they can like educate white people on how not to be racist. But, like, most of them just know what they're doing and they just have, like, sneaky ways, or they just act like they don't really care about it or whatever.
Honestly, I just feel like with a lot of white people, non-black people, they don't care because they don't have to care. So, like, what's the point, like, trying to explain racism? And at the end of the day, they do, just like you just said, and I've said already, they do know what racism is. They do understand it. Because racism is a very simple, easy concept to understand. It's very basic. So, like, it's a joke, really. When they act confused and act like they don't know what you're talking about, and the fact that they want you to explain it, I see that as patronizing, to be honest.
Right. Yeah. Like, I grew up around, like, a lot of other races and stuff, and, they just, like, I just, like, agree with a lot of things you say because, like, the environment you say you live in now, I would just like that, how white people are. But, like, I had one friend, he was mixed with white and Arabic or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the thing is with him, he was, like, a big Tupac fan or rap fan and all this. But he was saying, like, he told me out of nowhere one day, like, I don't even know how it even started a conversation, but he told me he would feel some type of way if his sister dated a black guy. I was just sitting there like, what? Like, I didn't care, but it was just funny how, like, you like rap music and all this, but then you would feel some type of way if your sister married a black guy.
Yeah, and I think that that he represents a lot of non-black people. They don't see themselves as, prejudice or racist or anything like that. And they will say stuff like, oh yeah, I got loads of black mates, I listen to rap music, blah, blah, blah. But then when it comes to, a black person dating their daughter or their sister or whatever, then now there's a problem. They don't really feel comfortable with that. Do you know what I mean? You have to question why. Why exactly?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And then when you really dig down deep, it is because they have a prejudice against black people. Yeah, they're cool with you up to a certain point, but then, don't cross the line, kind of thing. In my opinion, you can't really trust somebody like that. Not 100%.
Yeah, exactly. I ended up stopped hanging out with the kid anyway, just in general, because of other things. Not really anything racist, but just, he's a kind of just a lazy person. I just didn't need that energy around me.
I just feel like this. I feel like this with them kind of people. You don't need to hate them or nothing like that, but you just need to you just gotta understand the levels with the people you're around. There's everybody's at a different level, like, do you know what I mean? And there's different levels of prejudice that people have. I said there's the I would say the percentage of non-black people, let's just say white people who are out and out racist, completely racist. I don't think that is that big a percentage. Like the ones that are like just in your face with it, that's a small percentage. But at the same way, I think it's a small percentage that are totally, for equality. That's a small percentage as well. Do you know what I mean? But the in-betweeners, that's the vast majority, and that's like the people like your friend that you was talking about.
Right. And it's just so funny that he said that because, like I said, he listened to rap music and he's a huge NBA fan. And NBA is like what 90 or either 95% white. I mean, black.
Yep.
Not white, my bad. But
yeah, but that's like
also another point. I just want to make like 2 more points.
Yep.
Were you about to say something? Oh yeah. You ever notice how like white people get mad when you say like Black Lives Matter? Like that's another thing. Like I'll be hanging out with white people sometime, and like they'll get pissed when they hear like Black Lives Matter on the news. Like one time I was watching the news with them, and they were just like Black Lives Matter. Oh my God, all lives matter. Like they would say they'll say it like that. Like like that's another like way you can tell they're kind of like racist or have like some problem with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like they'll always want to shift it to no, all lives matter.
Right.
And it's like, bro, like we are representing our struggle, just like how the gays represent their struggle, just how the LGBT and the Jews and these people and that people, everyone has their own struggle. So why is it that when black people finally get their act together and actually, unite on one point, now everybody's, oh no, it's not just you lot, it's everybody. No, it's not.
Right.
And I said this in another video that, this struggle that we are facing now, that we're making noise about right now, we have to be very, very specific and be very, very cautious of letting other people or other demographics try to jump on the bandwagon because this is getting like clout. Do you know what I mean? You don't let other demographics try latch on like, oh yeah, we're with you, it's us as well. Like, no, it's not.
Right. Because yeah, exactly. A lot of them try to like turn it into like, oh, it's poor, it's blacks and also poor whites against the system.
Yeah,
which,
no,
like,
it's not.
Poor whites aren't really against the system. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. They try to, I grew up poor and I just had my mum as well. So what you're saying is blacks are automatically poor. You got to understand the thing. You got to understand the logic.
Yeah.
If a white person sees a protest saying that is specific for black people and their reasoning is, I'm a part of that because I grew up in poverty, that's basically, they're saying that their perception of black people is poverty.
Right. And then also another thing is like, at the end of the day, if you're a poor white person, if you eventually one day get your money up, you're just a mainstream white person then. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whereas if you're a black person, you can get your money up and still get treated bad. I think 2 years ago, Dr. Dre, somebody called the cops on him outside of his house. Nothing bad happened, but I think that was the story. It was that happened to a couple black celebrities I know for sure in the U.S.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you can have money, but you're still black. And at the end of the day, yeah, I said this as well, that there's a difference between being a poor black person and a poor white person. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, like say you have a black person and a white person, they're dressed exactly the same, everything is exactly the same, and they're both broke, right? Yeah. When either of them walk into a supermarket or a bank or anywhere, they are perceived differently. Do you know what I mean? It's the same. It's the same, bruv. So we just have to be really honest about it. But is there anything you want to say in closing? You've got to give other people a chance.
Yeah. I just got 2 more things, but I'm gonna make them
quickly.
One of them is what's your thoughts on protesting? And what's your thoughts on protesting? And then, do you think we can outvote racism? I don't think we can, but I'm just asking, what's your perspective? Like getting other people in office. A lot of people think you can outvote racism that way.
In terms of the protesting, I really think that there has to be more. There has to be more to it than just marching. I don't think marching is good enough. I think that the most important thing is economics, money, where the money is being spent. Because at the end of the day, without money, these systems don't work. These systems that work against us can't operate they can't operate fully. Do you know what I mean? Like for instance, I always talk about music, the music industry, and how it destroys black people, right? If black people decided that, you know, we're not going to invest in the music industry no more rappers are coming out, you know, all the record labels are going to be black owned record labels, everything's going to be black owned, bro, that will be a tremendous shift in the media. Tremendous. Do you know what I mean? It's about money. It's always about money. Even the whole idea of racism is about money, bro. The slave trade was about money.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it always comes back to that. And that's why I say get power. If you get power in your life, specifically financial, yeah, everything else will fall in place. Yeah, you'll still be black, and you know, a lot of non-black people still look down at you, and you know, whatever. But it doesn't matter because you're in control of your reality. You're in control of your life. You're not at the mercy of anybody.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you're just like broke, then you're at the mercy of everyone, and everyone can push you around and do whatever. Do you know what I mean? The second to answer to your second question, can you outvote racism? No. As long as you're living in a country which is predominantly white or predominantly not black, yeah, you're never gonna be on an even scale. It's not happening.
Right.
Because it doesn't benefit it doesn't benefit the dominant society, the dominant demographic of people. It doesn't benefit them. So they will never allow it to happen. And even if they do, even if it looks like there's a representative for black people, most times it will be an agent, or it'll be just a puppet, like Obama was. All right. So I think that answers your question, bro. Yo, I can't hear you properly. Nah, I'm gonna move on to the next call because I can't hear you properly. I'm gonna move on to the next call, all right? Hello. Hold on one sec. Yo, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Toronto. I'm from Toronto, Canada. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. What do you want to talk about?
Before. Yeah, I have a question. What do you think about like all these fake ass social media posts about BLM, Black Lives Matter, and all that? Like a lot of like the ungenuine things. Like, in my opinion, you may disagree with me, I find Blackout Tuesday pretty useless. I didn't. It's a stupid concept, in my opinion. You're literally like blocking.
All right, man. Oi. All right. I heard you. I know what the question is. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't do that Blackout Tuesday shit. It was a waste of time. I don't understand what that's meant to do. I talked about it as well in one of my other videos.
I heard that one little thing about that actually.
Yeah, the whole social media thing, I get it, it's spreading awareness, but to be honest, it's useless. To me, it's just like protesting. You know, protesting without any tangible action is useless.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of like people like feel like, oh my god, I'm such a good person, I just re-uploaded something. Like it's kind of like an ego boost. Like, oh, I re-uploaded this, I'm such a good person. Like, okay, cool, but did you really do anything about it? You know what I mean? And re-upload a post. And
that's what I said. I said a lot of people, you know, non-black and black as well. Like a lot of these people, they don't really care like that, and like they're just posting this stuff because it's the trend, it's the popular thing to do right now. Do you know what I mean? And it's very disingenuous because a lot of these people, for instance, a lot of people that I know personally, they will post a Black Lives Matter thing and all this. And me personally, I never posted anything Black Lives Matter, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of these people post that stuff. They post a black square, Blackout Tuesday and that. And then the next post that you'll see is them doing their normal selfies and like, laughing and joking and taking their shit.
Like that type of stupid shit. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I was just like, bro, like why did you even bother post that? You obviously don't care. Like, how are you gonna post something about hold on, bro. Stop interrupting. Yeah.
My bad.
How are you gonna post something about George Floyd losing his life, right? Then the next post you're laughing and joking and smiling. It don't go together.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree, bro. And like another thing too, like a lot of these people, like white people, like I've heard like my black friends say this, and like a YouTuber I watch, like a lot. At the end of the day, black people don't care about white people talking about like their white privilege. It's because it's kind of like being like seeing a handicapped person, right? And you not being handicapped, and you can still walk, and telling a handicapped person, "Oh my God, oh, I feel so bad for you. I'm able to walk," and all that type of stuff. But you handicap on the floor, you can't walk. I'm sorry. It just comes off ungenuine, and black people really don't care about if you like, you know what I mean about the white guilt shit, because the white guilt is really cringy in my opinion too.
I don't really think about that dynamic of white guilt. I never think about that shit, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, like I guess you can say because I'm white, I kind of know about that shit, but that's just like another outlook, because a lot of them they think that they're gonna.
I feel like this a lot of times, yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah, listen. I get that. What it is that, in my opinion, right? A lot of non-black people, when they hear like these kind of issues, you know, black protests, black people are, you know, talking about the problems that we're facing, a lot of times they try to move the goalpost so that it's basically focused on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I you know, that's why I just ignore that stuff. Why do I care about white guilt? And that's nothing to do with me. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
It doesn't,
because like it's totally irrelevant to the whole conversation in general.
Exactly, it's irrelevant. Like, if you feel white guilt, oh well, sorry, bro. Do you know what I mean? Then what does that change? It doesn't change anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Your ancestors still did what your ancestors did, and the actions of your ancestors are still having an effect up till today.
Yeah.
So sure. why even mentioning the whole term of having white guilt, I kind of take offense to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what like my friend said as well, because it's like literally being a tall person talking down to a short person, be like, "Oh my God, I feel so bad for you," because that's how it is. Because it's like you're literally showing off the privilege you have because you think that you're sympathizing to black people, but in the end you're not really sympathizing. You're just making yourself come off as more cocky in a sense of talking about how easy your life is as a white person.
And they're shifting the attention to themselves.
Exactly.
So that's what it really is.
I know.
Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Is there anything else you wanted to say though?
No, man. Just, keep doing what you're doing, and thank you so much for taking my call, man.
I appreciate that. And you're a white guy from Canada, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. You know, like, I know the videos I'm doing are very racially charged, but like, I want everyone. Yeah, like, obviously you get what I'm trying to do. Because I'm not saying like all white people are bad and evil.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Not, bro.
Like, it's the same. Hold on, bro. Stop. You keep trying to talk over me, bro. Yeah.
My bad. The leg.
Oh, lag. All right. Say nothing. Yeah. All right. Boom. Like, I'm not saying all white people are bad. Yeah. But I'm just saying the system is definitely 100% tailored against black people. And what I think is the majority of white people don't really care, because they don't have to, because the system works for them. So I'm trying to say,
it's just like a natural,
So what I'm trying to say is that black people need to understand the system we're in, understand the where non-black people stand in this system, and what we need to do for ourselves. Because what I'm saying that black people should do for ourselves, every other demographic does it, except us. Yeah. That's all I'm saying, like, do you know what I mean? But go on.
Yeah, like, that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like any rational white person that watches your content knows, even though it's tailored for black people, white people can also learn from listening to it as well, because it's inspiring to me. Yeah. Personally, because like I watch your videos and I see a lot of injustice, because I've experienced it myself, like having like white privilege in a sense, like, because I kind of grew up in like my area, like I was with a lot of Caribbean people in my area, right? Yeah. So I was around them a lot, and I remember me and my one friend Isaac,
both got in trouble for doing the same thing. But because I was whiter, he just got in trouble. And I remember the principal literally used to call him out on the PA system in elementary school and be like, Isaac, pull up your pants or whatever, because he used to hang his pants. But like like I guarantee he wouldn't say that if it was like a white person that was hanging his pants. So it's just like rude and like blatantly racist. But when you're like 10 years old, you don't take it in, and but then you start to realize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. But I'm gonna let you go on this one, man. Call back anytime though, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for your videos, man. Inspirational.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I see that you support the channel as well. You donate and all that, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. Take care.
Yes, man.
All right. All right, bro. Hello.
Hey, how you doing today, King Rich?
I'm all right. I'm all right. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Name's David, calling from Harrisburg, PA.
Okay. What you want to talk about, bro?
Quick question, man. I'm in a position. I know we're going through a lot of crazy stuff. I hate to ask this question. Rebuilding myself physically. So I know you're a very athletic person and you do like a lot of training and different things like that.
Yeah.
I'm in the stage right now where I'm about to head back to the gym, and I just needed some points of advice, if that makes sense.
What is your goal? What is your goals?
To go from 280 pounds down to about $180. So I want to lose 100 pounds.
You want to lose 100 pounds? Jeez.
Yeah.
Bro, the best thing I would say is fix your diet. You probably you probably need to drop your calories by like 500.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you need to drop your calories by 500 so you can be in a calorie deficit. You're gonna need to do this every day. Yeah, for at least the next 3 months.
3 months. Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I suggest that you go and do high intensity interval training. That is the quickest way you will lose weight. And also you need to do compound exercises. Those will be bench, squat, deadlift. Yeah, just bench, squat and deadlift, pull-ups as well. And yeah, but your diet is the most important thing. You need to be in a calorie deficit. You need to, and most importantly, you need to cut out eating sugar. You got to stop eating sugar. Like now, I don't eat sugar. I don't know if you lot noticed, but I've dropped a lot of weight.
Yeah, you did like lean up a lot. Like comparable last year, when I used to watch you.
Yeah,
you leaned out by a lot. And I noticed that.
Yeah, like you can see it in the face. Like the face is the first indicator that you've lost a lot of weight. Like just like you said, from my videos from last year to now, I look different. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's just the high intensity, HIIT. They call it HIIT training, high intensity interval training. So it's fast, short bursts of high intensity, then like really short recovery, then back at it. You'll do that for like 20 minutes long. It's only 20 minutes, so you can do it every single day, right? Then you want to be in a calorie deficit, or you want to try intermittent fasting. Or you might want to try keto diet, all things you can Google and stuff like that. And yeah, but you do need to do your weight training as well. Like I'd say 3 times a week. You could split it up, you know, upper body, lower body, push, pull, stuff like that. But yeah, that will work. If you're really serious, cut out the sugar, reduce your calories by 500, maybe drop your carbohydrates a little bit as well. And you should be all right.
Now, quick question.
Yeah.
Now, am I doing a calorie intake of how much I weigh or my goal weight?
No, you calculate your macros of what you are right now. You calculate about how much you eat right now, how many calories you take in your body right now. Because your target weight is your target. You're not there yet.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's how you do it.
Now, not sorry to cut you off. There's a bit of a lag there, but I was gonna say though, like with right now, I know we got so much going on. Touch on that for a minute. I mean, right now, this is probably the best time for me to start focusing on it since this lockdown and everything. Because I noticed the weight, like driving around, and I can't walk as long as I want to, or ride my bike as fast as I want to, and things like that. Yeah. So it took, and then, you know, with this, even though we got all this crazy stuff going, I think. For my life, this is probably the biggest, like the most important time for renaissance in my life. Even though, no matter if it's bad times, which sadly there is bad times going on.
Yeah, I said it many times. Like, this lockdown period is the perfect best time for you to change a lot of things in your life and start to strategize and implement, plans to make yourself better. Like, nobody should have gone into this lockdown and come out the other side the same person. Like, if you didn't make any substantial change, like, then you fucked up. Because this lockdown could be seen as a blessing for a lot of people. The fact that you're not really going outside, people are not going to really see you and stuff like that. You've got time to really make a change. So by the time people do see you, they're going to see a better version. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of people that haven't seen me for a while. But when they see me again, I'm going to look a lot better. They're going to, like, people that see me now, they say, yeah, I can tell you've lost a lot of weight. You look different. You look more athletic, like, and I feel better. Obviously, when you boost your body, you feel more confident. I was always confident before, but now it's just like the levels are just gone up. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and besides like the physical aspect, in every aspect of your life, you should be trying to make yourself better. And as I said, everybody's locked down, everyone's in their house. There's no distraction of going out or going to the club or chasing hoes or anything like that. You've got time to do something substantial, and you need to be doing it. If you're not, you've messed up, you fucked up, innit?
And I'll share this one last thing with you. For my life right now, I was living in a rooming house, and now I'm in my own one-bedroom apartment now with a car. This during this lockdown. So, it's sad we got a lot of stuff going on, but, even to the listeners, if you're a single dude, there's an opportunity to change, and just want to shout that out too. That's
awesome, bro. That's awesome, man. Yeah, man, and I appreciate the call, man. I appreciate you giving that motivation to guys out there and guys and girls out there, and like, you can change your life. You just have to be consistent. You got to be really about changing your life. That's all it is. Like, you got to be 100% on it all the time, every day, and you'll get results. But I appreciate the call, bro.
All right, thanks again, King Rich, man. Take it easy.
All right, take it easy, bro. Bye. Great call. Phone numbers in the title, Skype handles in the title. Call in now. Do not call me on private number. I will not be answering because I have not got time for trolls. All right, got another call here. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep. What's your name? Where you calling from? Yeah.
My name's Luis. I'm from Cali, USA.
Okay, we got West Coast in there. What's the topic?
So, I want to ask you about because you always see like blacks getting killed by the police, right?
Yeah.
How come you never see like Asian Americans getting killed by police, like Hispanic Americans, Indian Americans? It always ends up being like blacks. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, America. Let me just say this, yeah. America is not a black country. It's a white country, number one, and it's more inclined to be more welcoming to other non-black demographics. Not 100%, but other non-black demographics which are not white, they don't have the same negative stereotypes that black people do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, when you as a black person, you're a black guy, you just walking, minding your own business. When the police roll up, they will be more inclined to have kind of negative thoughts in their head about you, other than an Asian American. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there's certain stigmas that are attached to you automatically. Even those policemen that they're not, they wouldn't class themselves as racist, even they have stereotypical ideas about you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you'll find that black guys will be targeted more for certain things to do with the police, because black people have the stigma of being criminals, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, I have to be real. A lot of times we actually enforce those stereotypes ourselves.
Yeah. I seen that video you did last time.
Yeah, that's what I talked about in the last video I just did, 2 hours ago? Bro, we reinforce. Look at this. How there was some guy in the video I just did. And he kept talking about, I'm in the streets, I'm from the streets. If you ain't from the streets, then you don't know what you're talking about. And I was thinking, bruh, why are you so fucking adamant about claiming the streets, bruv?
Right.
What the fuck does that mean? You see, listen, I'm somebody that grew up in South London, bruv, in a rough neighborhood, bruv. I've seen people get stabbed right in front of me. I've been stabbed before. I've carried a weapon. I've beat people up. I've done a lot of things I shouldn't have done, bruv. But you don't see me coming here and glorifying it every fucking video. I only just started talking about this kind of stuff this year. I've been on YouTube since 2016. But you have old black men talking about being hood and from the streets and being, you know, this and that.
Yeah, like 40-year-old niggas and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah.
So how can you be, why would you be surprised that white people who already have their stereotypical ideas about black people, why would you be surprised that they would want to come at us first? Since we fucking put out that image of ourselves first.
Yeah, man.
It's real. So it's two things. Obviously, the system is against us naturally, right? But then we don't do ourselves any favors because we claim the criminal element. Black culture, specifically in America and the UK, a large proportion of it is criminal culture. You know that's true.
My bad.
And I'm not trying to use that as like an excuse for, you know, police brutality. No way. I'm not using that as an excuse for racism. No way. You already know I'm not about that. You already know from what I say in the videos. But at the same time, as black people, we do need to work together and unite and stop tribalism and stuff like that. We need to cut off from that stereotypes that we enforce ourselves. Those destructive, suicidal fucking traits that we like to push out about ourselves. We need to stop fucking promoting negative examples of black people. We need to stop promoting them and supporting them, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people won't like that, but that's the truth.
My bad. Can I say something?
Yeah, go on. I'm done. Go on.
I just want black folks to like realize, man, like all these different like non-white people, man, trying to say they're your friend and shit, like. So you see like all these like Hispanics, blacks, and Asians like trying to get together, man. But like just a month ago, you have Asian people be like, "Fuck them black people," right? Or like their parents will say some shit about black people, man. And it's like I feel like blacks have they become focused on hating whites. That it's become like, oh, everyone that's non-white is my friend now. Like we all live the same thing. You feel me? Like we're all in a struggle or whatever. But we really ain't. You know what I mean?
You know what you said so true that like, you know, you could have friends that are like Asian or whatever, but their parents may their parents may have some like kind of racist view about black people.
Their parents fucking hate you, man.
Yeah, and they sure as hell don't want you dating their daughters, bro.
Yo.
You know what I mean? That's very real, bro.
Exactly, man.
You know what I mean? Now, and I'm not saying all of them, obviously not all, but I think it's the majority.
Yeah, it's a big majority, man. It's like at least 70, bro.
70%. Yeah, at least 70. And if it's at least 70,
that's it, man.
Yeah, so if it's at least 70, you better keep your eyes open and don't walk around with your head in the sand or your head in the clouds. Keep your eyes open and be cautious and know what you're doing and know who you're talking to and know how much information you're giving people about yourself. Because this is the thing, like sometimes you can think that someone's your friend. They're not really your friend, blood. They're just telling you what they need to say to gain your confidence. And then the next thing, they could just stab you in the back. And that's just in general. That's not even bringing race into it. Race just makes it even worse.
People try to be your friend and shit, but they really ain't. Like,
and I've been hearing,
they ain't your friend, you feel me?
Yeah, and I've been hearing that a lot of Hispanics in like the West Coast are doing some crazy shit, like they're attacking black people, bro.
Oh, I seen that, man. Yeah, I seen that, bro. That's what I'm telling black people, man. Not every non-white person is your best friend, bro. Yeah. They do not live the same struggle, man. Y'all ain't the same folks, man. Stop thinking, because you're focused on hating white people so much that it's become like, us against them, us against the whites, and it's like, bro, these people do not like you either, man.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, you can't be thinking, oh, it's whites versus all of us. It don't go like that, bro. Listen, black people need to practice group economics and group think. Yeah, just like everybody else does. Everybody, every other ethnicity does it. We're the last to the party, bro. And what I think also, the reason why a lot of black people like to do this whole black and brown movement shit is because they wish they were them people, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they want to be. It's like when black people say mixed race is black. It's the same kind of principle.
I've heard that. Yeah.
They want to be that. They want to be connected to that. They want to be, oh yeah, he's just the same as me. I'm just like that. No, you're not. And now this is not me saying that you. This is not me saying you gotta hate them, but you gotta know it is what it is. And black people just are in a fairy tale. And then it takes for somebody to get killed, then everyone wakes up from their sleep. But then we slowly go back to sleep again. But everybody else is wide awake doing what they got to do while we're asleep. That's what it is.
You know how you said about blacks claiming like mixed race kids and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Dominican, right?
Yeah.
Like the majority of our people are mixed race, right?
Yeah.
Like white and black because of, you know, colonization or whatever.
Yeah.
And like the black kids will call me like, they say I'm black, but they say I'm just light skinned, right?
Mm.
But the Mexican kids will call me black. They'll be like, oh no, you're black, bro. You're not Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I speak Spanish, right, just like them, they'd be like, no, you're black, right? But my mom spoke Spanish. I'm Hispanic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be confused on which kids to hang out with. You feel me? Because with the black kids, I'm just a light skinned black kid.
I would say this. You hang out with the people that show you respect.
Yeah.
Because you're in a unique position that, to be honest, I'll be real with you, I can't relate to that because I don't know how it is to be Dominican or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how it is, but I can only comment on what I know. I see. I'm not like other people that will try and give you some bullshit ass solution, bro. I only talk about what I know, bro. Yeah. But at the same time, like if you know like one of your parents is black, one of your parents is white, then you're part black and you're part white. Yeah, you're mixed race. So it wouldn't be like weird, in my opinion. It wouldn't be weird for you to want to be around black people. It wouldn't be weird. But at the same time, if you chose to go with white people, I can't argue that either. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Both my parents are mixed, you know? They're both mixed, so.
Oh, they're both mixed. Well, at the same time, if they're both mixed, it's still the same. That's the same principle because you know you're still got part black in you and part white, so or whatever. So you pretty much can go both sides or pick a side or whatever you want to do because no one can really be mad at you. And this is the reason why it's always smarter to just say he's mixed race. You can't say he's black. But you can't say he's white. He's mixed race. That's my take on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Have you got anything else you wanted to say?
That's pretty much it, man. I'll add that.
Wicked. I appreciate it. Call back anytime, bro.
All right, man. Stay blessed.
All right, take care of yourself. All right. Phone numbers in the title, Skype handles in the title. Make sure you're hitting the like button so more people can get in on this chat. Yeah? Yo.
What's up, Richez? You alright?
Yeah, what's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Adam. I'm calling from London. How are you, man?
I'm good. So what's the topic?
So basically, my topic is this: is that basically, as a black guy who lives in London, and I'm not like your stereotypical black guy. Every time I make a move or I just do whatever, I'm always called an Uncle Tom or porch monkey, whatever it may be, and I'm thinking to myself, and then as soon as I start making moves and some success ends up in my favor, all of a sudden I'm getting, you owe us something, or you owe the community something, and I'm thinking to myself that the community is treating me like shit, For example, I have a friend who's Asian, and
sometimes, you know, he is a little bit under pressure to support his community in one way or another. And I said, you have a moral obligation to support your community because your community has got you where you are. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that I think the whole notion of black community is a great idea in theory, but I don't think it's going to work in practice. Do you see where I'm coming from?
At the end of the day, yeah, like your experience is your experience, yeah. But in my opinion, yeah, you're still black, so it don't matter if you feel like, oh well, I'm doing my own thing and you know I don't have to give back to nobody. In my opinion, I'm not telling black people need to give back to anyone. I'm saying that we need to understand our place in this game, right? And at the end of the day, you could be, you could feel like you are that, you know, outside of this game, but you're not. You're still in it, bro. Even if all your mates are white and your girlfriend is white, and you know, I'm not saying you are, but say it is like that, you're still in this game. So it's better that you have an understanding of the rules, the players in the game, the possible traps in the game, etc., and how the game works. That's all I'm saying in my videos. I'm not. Hold on. Yeah. Like, I get where you're coming from, where like people try to pressure people to give back to the community and stuff like that. I just feel like we need to practice group economics. That's the only way I would say someone would give back in that sense. Practice group economics, because whether you don't think it does, it actually will benefit you in the long run, and the potential children you may have in the future. You actually benefit them.
Because basically, I called into the show a few weeks ago, and basically all the plans sort of went through. So basically, I'm moving ahead with my project, and after this lockdown is over, hopefully, you know, I'll probably make a bit of money out of it. And basically, how it happened was that I needed someone to invest, so I needed to basically borrow the money, and I had to go through a middle guy who connected me with a bunch of people, basically, who had some cash, basically, and I had like 5 people, and they were all from different. One was black, the other one was Arab, the other one was Asian, and there was, you know, one British guy, and the guy who actually gave me the leg up, and this has always happened throughout my entire life, is that even when black people had the opportunity to help me out, it's never happened. Like they've never taken that opportunity. Whereas you know, all the times that have come up in my life have come from white people, which is fucked up actually. But yeah, so it's very difficult for the community to call me an Uncle Tom and all this stuff. And then, you know, I've said, I'm constantly having to say, you know, what has the black community done for me? It's a two-way street. You can't expect just blind loyalty. The community works if it works as a two-way street. If you cannot expect someone to continuously support you and then you give nothing in return.
Now, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And like, to be honest, I could say the same thing as you. Like, a lot of the people that have helped me the most substantially outside of my family, yeah, have a lot of times been white people. I'll be honest with you, yeah. But what I'm trying to make black people understand is that is not the way it's meant to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, black people should be wanting to help other black people first.
They don't.
And yeah, I mean, this is the whole reason why I have to put the message out there, because they don't. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like, the aim of my message is to turn that around. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tell people to do blind loyalty. I'm trying to make us all, as many people as possible that can hear me, understand that this whole individualistic kind of mindset doesn't work for us. And like what you're saying, the example that you're saying from your life, you feel like fuck the community because they ain't fucking helped me. And there's a lot of black dudes in particular that feel the same way. And at the end of the day, I don't knock you lot. I don't knock, and as I said, I've experienced that too. Yeah. But I just feel like we're coming to a time in history where it's like we're kind of finally seeing the way the world actually is. The fact that most other demographics do not care about us on a grand scale. They don't. They prefer us to be on the bottom. Now, there may be exceptions like yourself that rise up from, everybody else, but the general population are still down. Now, if everyone that is down decides that, okay, we're gonna drift away from the criminal culture lifestyle and the black on black crime idea, and drift from the black on black crime idea, and we'll start investing in ourselves instead of giving our money away to other demographics, maybe we might come up, even if it's just a couple degrees.
Yeah,
that's my take. Go on.
Because I basically said that a lot of the problems the black community has are stuff. The thing is, I like to look at data. I like to also look at history. So if you look at a lot of the problems the black community has today, if you go back through the era of slavery and Jim Crow, and even in the UK, the Windrush generation, they had lower crime rates. The Windrush generation in the UK had lower crime rates than white people did. You took into account their small demographic at the time. In America, the wedlock, the single motherhood rate was less than white people in the 1950s.
Yep.
I said that black people back then, even if you account for inflation, were wealthy back before the civil rights movement and after the civil rights movement.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And basically, I said this. I said if during all of these times, when if we even during that time, if we looked at a white person the wrong way, we would be dead. And I'm thinking to myself, can we really just blame everything else on other demographics when the saying it's easier to.
Do you know what it is? It's not necessarily blaming it on other demographics. It's blaming the system. You see, this is why I say it's not all white people are racist. Not all. It's the system. It is the institutions that were deliberately set up a certain way so that those certain demographics will always have a chance and will be in positions of power, and other demographics won't. That's what my problem is with. And in addition to that, a lot of the demographics that do benefit from the system, majority of the people don't really care about the ethnic minorities because they don't have to. And I'm not saying they're bad because of that. Anyone would do that. Why would you want to change a system that benefits you? You wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? So it's not me. It's not necessarily I'm blaming because the people that are around now, these are not the people that created the systems.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Go on.
But you see my point that basically the saying is that, as I said before, it's easier to blame other factors for your problems rather than looking within yourself. Yeah, and that's why the last video I did was I touched those subjects as well. The video I just did 2 hours ago was black on black murder. It's not white people. It's not white people stabbing and shooting. It's black people doing it to each other. That's what I was talking about in the last video. So I'm fully aware of the self-inflicted damage. I'm well aware of that, and I talk about those things. Yeah. Because for example, one of my colleagues, I have a regular job on the side, and my project is outside of my work hours. One of my colleagues, she's from Eastern Europe, and basically, how Eastern Europeans are overrepresented in certain forms of financial in the UK. And she was telling me about the time, she got stopped and searched near an ATM because a woman did technically sort of fit her profile, but it wasn't her. And she was telling me as if I've never heard of anything like this before. And I said, first of all, welcome to the club. And second of all, I said, obviously, I said this to her like many other black
said it. I said it. One of the calls here that like we perpetuate negative stereotypes of ourselves. So why would you be surprised that they're gonna be more inclined to stop and search you as a black guy when you are you pedestalize criminal culture. You support criminal culture. Free this rapper, free this rapper. Rappers that have been talking about doing loads of stupid things, criminal acts, and now you're saying freedom. So what does that say about you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's real like that.
Yeah. Because basically just at the end of the day, it's to solve this problem. It's a multifaceted problem. So first, what we need to do is we need to bring that nuclear family. I don't know how we're going to do it because I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But that's the first thing we need to do. We need to basically make single motherhood, unless extreme situations are fucking social taboo. That's the first thing. Second of all, we need to sort of just stop spending money needlessly. We need to be saving. We need to be investing. That's the second. And the third thing is the third thing is we need to make sure that, for example, the whole hating on other black people for no fucking reason, that needs to be a social taboo as well. And accept that not all. And I think the other thing is this: is that with other demographics, they all accept that not everyone's the same and not everyone thinks the same way, but they still have that community cohesion. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And black people don't. So, for example, I would consider myself sort of politically sort of centre-right, but to other black people, I'm like a Nazi. And I said, listen, listen. At the end of the day, I just disagree with you. It's not that deep. It's like,
mate, let me give you a bit of advice, man. You can't please everyone. So stop worrying about what people think. Oh, they say I'm this, I'm saying that, bro. Stop focusing on that, bro. People say dumb shit to me, bro. I've got over 600 videos on here. People say dumb shit to me every single day. If I fucking got focused on what people say, I wouldn't be doing this right now. You know what I mean? You just got to focus on the right thing, do the right thing, and that's it, bro. If people don't see where you're going with it, they don't understand it, well, fuck it. It don't matter. Just carry on with what you're doing. Yeah, as long as your conscience is clear, that's it, bro. Yeah? But I appreciate the call, man. I've got to move on, give other people a chance, yeah?
Keep it up, man. Thank you.
All right, no worries. Call in anytime. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
All right. Phone numbers in the title, Skype handles in the title. Big up Akinola for the super chat. Yo, there's only 2 people have super chatted so far. Big up Akinola for the super chat. Appreciate that highly, yeah? Appreciate that highly. Got another call here. I think I know who it is.
I think you know who it is.
What's your name and where are you calling from? Hey, you said it while I was talking. What's your name? Where you calling from? And big up Disaster King for the super chat. I see you, my brother, Disaster King. Go on.
Kiana from the United States.
Yes.
The United Snakes of America.
She said the United Snakes of America.
Yeah.
She said the United Snakes of
You never heard that?
I've never heard no one say that before. The United Snakes.
The United Snakes.
The United Snakes of America. Fucking hell, that is mad. That's a good one. But what do you want to talk about this time? What's going on?
So I'm calling to ask how is well, first I'll frame it by saying it seems like it's always like a one-way street, the way people in the African diaspora experience commentary on police brutality or racism or discrimination. It seems like the case study that we're always using as an example of our shared experience with discrimination is primarily focused in the United States. So my question is, how is police brutality experienced in the UK? Because I feel like the hashtags always originate here and then go global, but it never originates somewhere else and then is transferred over here.
Black people have been killed by the police in England as well. A black boy by the name of Stephen Lawrence was lynched by
lynched?
Yeah, he was caught in Eltham. It happened in the 90 something. He got killed by 4 guys. He was just minding his own business. He was at a bus stop and they just killed him.
Oh.
Yeah, we've had what was it? The year I came to America, 2012, we had riots in London. I don't know if you remember. We had riots in London, and that was because the police killed a black boy in North London.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you see, the problem with a lot of you African Americans, right? And I say this with the utmost respect, you lot don't know about the rest of the world, bro. You see, because, listen, let me finish, because you came in saying that you feel this way, and I'm going to say how I feel. Right?
Okay.
You came in saying that, like, you know, basically, black people outside of African American community talk about these things, but basically it's based on what happens to African Americans.
Yeah.
No, it happens everywhere, bro. It's just that you and people like you don't really hear about it, but it happens everywhere. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't really blame you lot, because you obviously, the racism you face in America is quite extreme. So it will kind of make you feel like it's only happening to you lot, but it happens everywhere. Trust me.
I just want to clarify, I wasn't like asserting that it doesn't happen over there, but it just seems like it's a one-way street the way we talk about it. Like, the thing is, like, George Floyd's hashtag went around the world, but when someone else in the diaspora dies, it seems like it stays wherever they died. Like, their name isn't going to be known around the world in the same way that we'll know Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Philando Castile. You can go, and the other guy, I forgot his name, the guy with the loose cigarettes. So when our names are hashtagged, it seems like it goes global.
Yeah, but that's like this. Let me say this.
It doesn't go that way.
Yeah, but you could say that about anything though. Like, look at the black music industry. The black musicians, their names are all over the world. Right. Let me ask you, how many UK rappers do you know?
None.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, God.
Exactly. And that's the answer. Everything that happens in America, listen, everything that happens in America is broadcast across the whole world. That's why it will seem that everyone's biting Americans, everyone's biting you lot. No, it happens everywhere, but you lot get the most exposure. That's where it is. Especially of all blacks around the world, African Americans get the most exposure.
We do.
And you got to remember, America is bigger than most countries as well. So there's more of you. Like, think about it. The percentage of black African Americans allegedly in America is like 13%, right? Or 12.7 or something like that.
37 million.
Yeah, exactly. 37 million, right? In the UK, do you want to know the percentage of blacks in the UK? It's
How
like
many?
It's like 3.6%.
What? How many million is
it's
that?
Like 6 million. Something
6 million?
60 million. What was it? Your one was like 300 and something million, innit?
Huh? 300 million in the United States, yeah.
Yeah, and then R1's like 60 or 66 or something like that. That's you can't
60 million people?
60.
Oh.
That is complete imbalance. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a complete imbalance. Like, so obviously it's gonna look like, it only happens to us because we have so many examples. Yeah, because your population's so fucking huge. Like, listen, obviously the stuff that goes on in, like, let's say for instance South Africa, there's plenty of racist things that happen in South Africa, but it doesn't get nationwide it doesn't get worldwide exposure. If something happens in America, that is getting exposed to everyone.
But I think it's because we scream the loudest about our problems.
You have bigger platforms. That's all it is.
Yeah, to some extent, but it's not.
No, it's not some extent. It is.
Like, I think we're just the
loudest.
It's for some reason, and I think it's because we are still in the land of the people who captured us. It's all like, I feel like to some degree, it's like a distress signal. Like, we literally are still screaming at the top of our lungs when things like this happen. Personally, I think it's crazy the way Black people are reacting to what happened with George Floyd, because it's like, what country do you live in? Like, a white man killed a black man. Like, what do you? What
do you know what it is? Do you know
about?
what makes it? Do you know what makes it so much more fucked up is the fact that it happened on camera, and this is not the first time a white person, policeman, has killed a black person on camera for everyone to see.
Yeah,
that's what makes it so much more like fucked up.
But
like he knew he was on camera. The man knew
I don't understand why everyone's so outraged.
The man knew he was on camera, and he still killed the dude, bro.
That's true.
That's crazy. I told you, most killers, most real niggas, yeah, real niggas in the hood and shit, they will not commit murder if they could see a camera watching them. Most would not. But this guy didn't give a shit.
Because he's a white man.
That's
so
it.
He probably assumed
and
that that's some level of impunity.
And that's why the outrage. That's what causes the outrage. That's what makes it even worse.
I guess.
Nah, ain't no I guess, man. You're about to get another grade fucking E again. About you guess, man. What? It ain't I guess, bruh.
I don't know. I just...
All right, let me ask you this.
Extreme.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. Big up 5 for the super chat. Trying to get through on Skype. King. Hey, just call in after this call, and you know I'll answer the call to you, bro. Big up for this the support. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, I just think it's a little extreme because, like, I don't know. I feel like this might have been the straw that broke the camel's back for people. Mm-hmm. But on the same token, it's all like we should have been addressing police brutality strategically beforehand. We shouldn't be in this situation. Like, this isn't anything new to us. So I don't understand why it takes something so graphic to happen for people to get outraged. We've known about police brutality since Rodney King, and that was in the 90s. And we never took the measures to create a strategic plan of attack for how we can inhibit these things from happening in our future. We don't think strategically, and now we're operating out of emotion, burning down the places where we live.
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because most black people are drifters.
Yeah.
Most black people are easily distracted. Easily.
That's facts.
I've already said it. Give it a couple months. No one's going to be talking about this George Floyd situation. No one's going to be... Bruv, wasn't the Black Lives Matter a big thing before? Then it died out. I know, all of a sudden it's a big thing again. Bruv, it's a cycle, bruv. And the thing is, because so many black people are drifters, yeah, they can be easily distracted and bought.
Exactly.
So all they need to do is put something out there that will make black people feel like, oh, you know, things ain't that bad. You know, it ain't that bad. You know, racism ain't that bad. You know, I get to do my interracial dating, so obviously things can't be that bad. You know, and then until somebody else gets killed on camera.
And then everyone remembers who they are. Kind of weird. Kind of weird.
At the end of the day, like you said, you know, the same way for me, I live in a country that is not black. I'm an ethnic minority there. The ruling demographic do not care about making shit fair. It's not in their best interest to make shit fair. And this is why I say in these videos now that black people need to understand this. Stop. Just because you get to sleep with someone that's white, it doesn't change the game. Yeah, it's still the same issue. So everyone needs to get on the same wavelength. Facts.
People get distracted. They really do. They get caught up in this whole, I agree with the interracial movement. They think that who you sleep with is the pinnacle of freedom, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, they think
like,
that...
And then when you die, you want the black community to rally behind you, but it's like, why won't your white partners' communities come and stand on your behalf?
Do you know? Listen to this. George Floyd, R.I.P., yeah? He was dating a white girl, a white woman.
Fiance.
Did that save him? No.
She didn't even want to save him. That's the
No. Not did she save him, but did the fact that he was dating a white girl save him? No.
No.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not telling people not to date interracial. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. It's your life, your children, your heritage. You don't do whatever you want to do. I don't care, right? But just know, if you as an individual you are black, you're still in the game, bruv.
But didn't you just say on the last call that we need to stop thinking individualistically? No.
I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying you do whatever you want to do, but understand you are still in the game. You are still a part of the collective. You are still a part of the ethnic minority. And just because
I feel like there's parts of the game,
Huh?
I feel like there's parts of the game, but like I feel like to some extent you gotta be disqualified too. Like if you leave the black community for a non-black partner, I feel like you should be penalized for it. The community shouldn't come out for you. I don't
necessarily agree with that. So all right, let me ask you this. So Eve, for instance, do you think she's disqualified?
Eve?
Yeah.
She has a white man?
Yeah. Everyone knows that. Come on, man.
Oh. I don't really follow celebrities.
All right, I know you know Serena Williams.
Oh my God, we can't talk about Serena because you know what? Everyone was calling her monkeys and apes for years.
Is she the squad? Blood. Don't listen, no. Tiana. Don't start, bro. Tiana, don't start, man. Serena Williams. Certain. She is with a white dude. She had a kid with him, and you just said that we have to disqualify people that interracially date. I never said that. You said that. Now I'm putting out somebody that's done that. Now you want to say we can't talk about it. Why?
If something happened to Serena, chances are the community will laugh at her off of the sole principle that she has a white man. They'd be like, well, your white man didn't protect you. No one will rally behind Serena. I'm asking you because you're the one that said disqualify them. So I'm asking you, do we disqualify her? Yes.
All right, cool.
If something happens, don't expect the community to come out on her behalf.
So why did you say we can't talk about her?
Because I feel like using her is kind of like, I feel like it's, I don't know.
She's gonna get a grade D. She's gonna get a grade D again.
I think it's disingenuous because everyone knows that Serena is like unconventional and
how's she blood, bruv? She's not unconventional, blood.
Yes, she is because she's.
Didn't she go out? Didn't she date Drake? Didn't she date Common? Didn't she do all these things? She's not unconventional. She's a black girl from the West Coast, blood. She's a black girl from the West Coast that became famous for sports. That is pretty much as stereotypical as it can get. She's a black girl. She's a black girl that became famous for sports. Sports. Okay. Yeah. Come on, bruv. She dated a load of entertainment industry black guys, and then whatever happened or whatever, right? And then she ended up with a white dude who made less money than she does.
She had to date down, unfortunately, for some reason, but
yeah, that's
the community was not supporting Serena, and they always
that's bullshit. Everyone went in. Everyone, blood. When the Venus sisters came out, the Williams sisters, sorry, the Venus sisters, the Williams sisters came out. Every black person wanted them to win. You talking about? That's a lie, bruv.
Well, they supported
everyone wanted her to win.
Doing sports and crushing the competition, but when it came to being women.
Oh my God, bro, this is not a men and women issue. We're talking about black people, bro. No, this is one thing I don't like, blood. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit, bro.
In affirming that.
Bro, what do you mean? All she did, bro, what do you mean she wasn't supported as a woman? What are you talking about? What did she do as a woman that she didn't get supported for?
She was not affirmed in her womanhood. People were constantly comparing her to monkeys and gorillas.
Who was?
The black community.
That's a lie. I don't believe that.
Oh my God.
So you're telling me it wasn't? So you're trying to tell me? You're trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me it wasn't white people that was making derogatory pictures about Serena Williams and taking a piss out of her? It wasn't the white. Hold on. It wasn't the white a tennis player, some chick who she stuffed a pillow in her bum and that, and pretended and to emulate Serena Williams. So I guess that was black men or black people doing that.
Well, white people probably also.
No, it's not probably, bruv. Why do you always say probably? It is. It happened, blood. Right. Don't say probably like it. Oh, it may not have happened. It did.
Okay, well, I mean, if white people are going to be white people have denigrated black people regardless. But the fact that your own will do it is crazy. And yes, black men did disrespect Serena.
How?
Calling her mans and gorillas.
But there was a plenty of black guys that said that they would love to date her.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? Because you know that's true.
Maybe they were low quality.
What? Why? Nah, come on. Now you're just chatting shit. Now you're chatting shit.
No, I'm not.
You are.
They're probably
because you're making. I just said that there are a lot of black guys, even I think she has got a hard face in a way. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she does have hard. She has got a hard face, bro. There's black girls that have got soft features. She's not one of them, blood. Why is that? Listen, Serena Williams does not represent every single black woman. So if you talk about,
that's why I said she was unconventional.
What?
That's why I said earlier she's an unconventional woman.
No, but you didn't make it clear that you was talking about her face.
I mean her looks in general.
Initially, when you said she's unconventional, you didn't make it clear that you was talking about her looks.
Well, I meant her whole package.
Well, you meant that, but you didn't make it clear. So now we understand what we're saying. Yeah, and plus, I said she got hard features. I never said she's ugly. I just said she got hard features. And at the end of the day, I never said I wouldn't go there. I never said that. She just doesn't have soft features, blood. She don't. There's guys out there that have soft features. They don't have hard features. What? Do you think they should start crying about it? Oh, you didn't say I got hard features, bruv. It is what it is, bruv. You just gotta be real. And at the end of the day, even with all that being said, there's plenty of black men that would have been more than happy to date her. And again, the reason why we know that is true, because a lot of black men in the entertainment industry dated her. So that's how we know it's true.
Dudes will date you, but they have no intentions of being with you.
And so will white dudes. And so will white dudes. You don't know how many white dudes she dated. What, you think that dude that she married is the first white dude she dated? Come on, bro.
Absolutely not. Probably not. Maybe
exactly. So why is it? See, this is the thing. This is one trick that the society does on black people. Yeah, they make it out that black men are the only ones that do that kind of shit when every man does it. Every man does it. Every single man does it. Every demographic of men do it. But it's only black men that cheat. It's black men that cheat. It's black men that they just want to have sex and then they don't want to talk to you again. And no, all men do that.
Well, y'all say it the loudest.
No, we don't say it the loudest. You lot say it the loudest.
No, your music says it. Those black men's music says it the loudest. Their culture says it the loudest.
What do you mean their culture? Our culture is your culture, blood. You talking about? Because the last I checked, when they was playing These Hoes Ain't Loyal in the club, black women were dancing to it. So what are you gonna say now?
Men set the foundation for the culture, and then women follow.
Bro, you just wanna blame everything. You just wanna make it like it's all men, bro. That's not what it's about, bro. It's not about that. At the end of the day, it's not about that. It's about black people need to understand that we are in countries that are not for us. The systems, the institutions are not for us. We need to understand the game we're playing. We need to stop having differences and hating each other for all these kind of petty reasons and stuff like that. It's ridiculous because at the end of the day, we're all still marginalized, and every other demographic is just living their lives and just looking at us like idiots. That's what it is, bro. So and I'm gonna do a video about this tomorrow. The whole problem between black men and black women is engineered, bro.
To some extent.
It's not some extent, bro, because it's not a natural thing. If it's not natural, that means it was engineered.
Yeah, but
you don't want to agree, but you have to because it's you know it's right, Kiana. You know it's true. You know I'm right, blood. Every time you call up, you know what it is, yeah. You see with you, yeah. Like you don't speak to me, you don't call up for like a week or so to charge your batteries up, yeah. And then you call in, and then you start talking your mess, and then I have to set you straight again and give you a grade for your trip, and then send you back. Like it's real, but I, you know, I'm always happy when you call up, man. You get me?
Yeah,
definitely. But
it's lit.
But yeah, but what else did you want to say, man? What other feminist shit have you got to say?
What feminist?
Go on.
I am not a feminist.
Well, at least that's good. Fucking hell.
Yeah, no. I don't think I got anything else to say. I don't know. That was my main question about the police brutality, how y'all experience it. I didn't really have anything else planned.
All right. So you could go back and charge your batteries, get some grits or something. Yeah. Go eat some grits.
Eat my grits.
Yeah, and fucking charge the batteries up and come back. You might win. You might win next time. Who knows? You know, it's unlikely.
Oh my goodness.
It's very unlikely. But
it's like being at the casino.
Yeah, you got Russian roulette, all of that, blood. You get me?
Facts.
But yeah, I appreciate the call and all of that, man. All of that. Be good and call back. You know you have to call back every single time.
Will do when I'm charged up.
Yes, charge up. I'll talk to you in a bit, yeah?
Later.
All right, take care. All right, bye. Kiana is too funny, man. Kiana. Someone said, what the fuck is grits? Grits is an American food, you could say. Grits. Unknown number. I don't answer unknown number. Stop calling me on unknown number. Phone number is in the title. Skype handle is in the title. Make sure you call in now before I end the show. Yeah? Stop calling unknown number. Whoever you are, unknown. Because you're unknown for a reason. You know what I mean? But yeah. I think there's anyone super chat. Let me check, nigga. Hey, yeah, what's it? 5 the red pill. 5 the red pill in 5th gear. Call up. Like, call in. You super chatted saying you want to call in. Call in right now. All right, someone else is called in. Hello? Yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Jay, man. I'm calling from Blueland.
All right, cool. What you want to talk about, bro?
I've been trying to get the hold of you for a few weeks, actually. Just literally before this kicked off, I wanted to have a chat about probably the same stuff that you've been talking about. So just basically how we as people really need to start looking internally to fix this stuff.
Yeah.
That's going on right now. A lot of people be talking about, a lot of the conversation is about us talking to powers in these countries where we're just a minority. And we're not looking at where we come from really to fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking to my friends, I'm talking to people around me, I'm getting the same shit. Just, oh yeah, we need to try and talk to the government to fix this problem, or talk to the MPs to fix this problem. I keep on saying to people, why are they going to fix anything for us? What's the reason? Why are they going to do it? Why are we not looking at going back, whether it be to Jamaica, to Ghana, to Nigeria, to Trinidad? But a lot of people have got land. Why are we doing anything there? Why are we building that up? Building some respect in those nations so that them countries can have some, and then at that point, we might get some respect in the world.
Yeah, I agree with you. The first video that I done in like last week or whatever, where I was talking about race real heavy, I was basically saying those same points. I was saying that, like, you know, we're living in countries that are not our countries. They're never going to be our countries. And, you know, we're looking for the dominant classes to basically give us a piece of their pie. When that's not really going to ever happen. It don't work like that. And, you know, we would be best suited to, you know, looking inward and working on our own community and basically just focusing on ourselves. You know, like begging other people to treat us right is really, really silly. It's stupid. It's just, it's a stupid thing.
I definitely I hear that, because what I was saying to people is, if you go like say in England or in America or any other or Europe, if you go and travel a Chinese person, what's going to happen? If the government go and start troubling Chinese people consistently, what's going to happen? China are going to stand up and hand out a slap. If you go travel Japanese people, what's going to happen? Japan are going to hand out a slap. Shit, you go travel a bunch of Iranian people, what's going to happen? Iran and America and the UK, there's going to be trouble. Saudi Arabia, there's going to be trouble. You go travel black people, who's backing you?
Do you want to know why? This is the thing. Tribalism, bruv. Tribalism for black people. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Tribalism, yeah, fucks up black people like no other demographic, because black people in each nation don't really have no power.
Yeah.
They don't have, like African Americans don't have no power. Black Brits don't have no power. Caribbeans don't have no power. Look how many countries in Africa. Africa's such a fucking big continent. None of these countries have any pull in on the global stage. They have no power. They like no power. Nigeria is like the fastest growing economy in Africa, but it's still Nigeria. Police still take bribes. Like you can still go, you can go there, right, and basically just get held up by the police, and you have to give them money, or they will just hold your passport, bruv. Yeah, so this is the thing. This is why I say that if black people are ever in any time in history ever going to get a foothold where we can actually do something, we're gonna have to all pull together. All this, I'm African American, I'm African, I'm Caribbean, bro. You gotta get rid of that mindset. And in my opinion, I feel like a lot of the older generation have to just disappear, bro. Because a lot of the times it's the older generation that really hold on to that tribalism shit. But bruv, guess what? It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked in their lifetime, and it's not working right now.
Really, man, 100% I agree with you. That's what I'm saying to people is really, this is a generational issue. It's going to take 50, 60 years before we see real, tangible change.
Yep.
And it has to be done by us. There's no conversation to have. The marching, the protesting, it's great, it's good, but that energy is going to drop like that. You yourself were saying, and I believe that energy is going to drop. Really, we need people to put their money where their mouth is, right? We need to have schools where it's really targeted at helping our community.
Mm-hmm.
And I know legally speaking that's not possible, so the best way to do it is target postcodes. So no one can say nothing about that. So the poorest postcodes is going to be full of black people. We target those postcodes and say, right, we've got schools for these lots, yeah, for these kids. We teach our boys especially just a little bit of law, just basic things, a bit of law, so that when you get pulled over by police, you can be able to talk to them properly, give them a bit of law, tell them to go about their business, teach our girls, look, stop messing with these boys that are into trapping and all that stupidness. Because the moment we teach our girls that, the boys don't get no benefit. Because let's be serious, the boys ain't making their money from it. They're barely making any money from selling drugs. Only a few make money. They're just doing it for status.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they're not getting that boost from the girls, they're going to stop doing that. You teach them business. And in a couple of generations, when the police pull over the black boys and the black boys speak some business to them, most of us have got money and they start getting sued, they themselves will learn to stop troubling us.
Mm-hmm.
They'll learn themselves, and this is through our own action.
And then at the end of it, and the other thing you need to remember is that we start to build up our own nations as well. Because it's all well and good that, okay, black people, we make up 3% in the UK. Let's say we all get on that kind of wavelength and we're all doing the right thing. We're still an ethnic minority. Okay, we're a bit more academic. We know what we're doing. We know the law. You know, more of us are legitimate and stuff like that. But we still need to build up our own nations. Well, fuck it. We need to build up our own continent. Because the thing is, all the natural resources are in Africa. So if we can build infrastructure over there, which is black owned, which is black orientated, which is only for us, like there's no other demographic eating off of it, then we will have power. Then we'll have something that we can bargain with. But at the moment, what you're saying, I absolutely agree with, right? But we have to have that focus of like the end result is building our own empire. Do you get what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, if you just educate you know the little demographic in the UK, yeah, that's cool, and they will be living all right. But then, you know, the black, we're still in the same, as a collective, we'll still be at the same level. Do you get what I'm saying? Because we're such a small such a small percentage.
That's the motherland. That's the basket where we all come from, and that's where we need to sort of focus on. I think, you know, if we're able to then port some of our wealth into Africa, we can start supporting them, because I know that the governments are corrupt, but at the end of the day, that's what's beneficial for them. But if we know that we're bringing in finances into the country on a general basis, I mean, look, all of us in England especially, all have roots outside of England. All of us do. Yeah, it's not the same as America, where their roots are in America. We've all got roots outside of England, so we've all got somewhere we can go and start to build up. If we start doing that, we should start bringing benefit to the nation, then hopefully the next governments that are coming can understand that there's no real need for them to be corrupt, because there's no need really. We've got people coming in, they're bringing wealth into the nations.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Go back home. Like, we do what the racists want us to do. We go home, we leave them to fuck up with their own country, and we build up our country.
Exactly.
Let's be serious. The Western culture is a bit of a mess. There's still a chance that Africa's not quite there yet. There's still a chance you could say, you know what I mean? And I know I'm going into probably slightly different topics.
Even listen, let me say this. Even if it was like when I say Africa, like, it's not like we gotta save the whole continent. That's too much of a fucking task to even like really fathom. Do you know what I mean? Like, but even if it was a thing of like, okay, like Ghana, or I don't know, like Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, wherever, we picked a few countries that, yeah, boom, we're gonna build in those countries schools, hospitals, agriculture, you know, real estate, you know, fucking tourist resorts, all these kind of things. Like, we really had that mindset of creating like modern infrastructure over there. Then the economies of those countries will raise. And another thing, as I said, yeah, a lot of these people that are in power need to fucking die off, right? Because I think that the younger like the younger generations down, we're more like up to date, more know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? And understand better. Like, I think the older generations, they're happy with how things are, you know, being corrupt. It is what it is. Fuck it, I'm still getting my paycheck at the end of the day. Who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? Like, once them motherfuckers go, and then more of us, like from the UK and America, go to these countries and start setting up stuff, yeah, I think it will change. Do you know what I mean? But it won't be a quick fix. It's not a quick fix at all.
Yeah, no, it's not a quick fix at all. And I think that's what people are looking for. They're looking for us to go to Boris or to Trump, and then Trump and Boris to say, oh yeah, we won't. If we see black people in the road and whatever, we won't search you, or we won't do this, or we won't do that, and somehow that's okay. We're still living in our ignorance, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're gonna give all the black people all the jobs. It's just not gonna happen. Like you've said, there's no tangible reason for them to actually do that. We've got to understand, we've got to develop our own society, and that's the be all and end all. But like you said, yeah, the older generation as well, a lot of them are basically brainwashed. Not brainwashed, but they're conditioned.
Yeah, you can't change, bruv. They've been doing this their whole lives. They're not gonna change, bruv.
Yeah, they're not gonna change. It's fair enough, because to be fair, a lot of the older generation, things have improved massively for them. You know, sometimes a horse can only run so far. Do you get what I mean? Like, things have improved massively for them from 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and now, like, if we were born back then, we would be discombobulated. We wouldn't know what's going on, because there would be a whole different level of racism. understand? Me and you will stand around and say nigga this, nigga that, and it's just a joke to us. To them, it's painful words. So for them, like, for a lot of them, things have got way better. So they're like, yeah, well, you know, I've run my race. We've got to pick up the baton now, and we're living in our times, that's bad in our minds, because it's not the same as everybody else. But I think at some point we're going to realise that really we need to put home that the racist thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure that I live by the standard. Really, I'm not just saying it and actually going ahead and doing it.
No, definitely. Like, and that's why I like
doing the same thing.
Yeah, man, definitely, and it's important, man, because as I said in the video, you know, black people, like you said, trying to go to Trump and Boris, oh please, you know, treat us equally, bruv. Fucking have some pride in yourself, bruv. You know what I mean? Like, just think of it from their point of view. Why are they gonna change the system? They ain't gonna do it, bro. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? But is there anything else you want to say in closing?
Nah, man. Nah, that was it, man. What I can say is, yeah, keep up the good work, man. I only recently just discovered you. Yeah, man. Recently just discovered you. So I'm going to set up a little page. One thing I've never done is send a super chat. I ain't never ever do that. I'm going to set one up literally. If I don't get it done by the time we finish this one, I have it ready for the next one. You're a super chat. You're my first ever one. The only thing I ever decided to do it. So you've been successful in that.
Raw, that's sick, man. I appreciate that, bro. That's big, man. I appreciate that highly, man. Make sure you take care and call back another time, yeah?
Spread the word, man. Hopefully one day we can do something together, innit? Really push the black people forward. Real cool, man. That's a good one, yeah?
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Take care, brother.
Listen.
All right. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Obi. I'm from Maryland.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I wanted to speak about a lot about the situation of the race situation in America.
Yeah.
I grew up pretty well off. My dad he was a Nigerian. He came over from Nigeria. He was a doctor of pharmacy. He came over here. He had us, my three siblings, my two other siblings. It was mostly a good life for us, to be honest. But I mean, I knew that there was like a lot of prejudices that I encountered on, you know, my life. But it was never economic or anything like that. But that's why I feel that we, as Black people in America, we can improve, to be honest. And I feel there are opportunities, but it really comes down to us believing in ourselves. You know what? I was watching a guy named Dr. Boyce Watkins, and he was talking about how white supremacy is it's only real because we believe in it. You know, we think that we're not supposed to be doctors or lawyers just because we're Black. We don't think we're supposed to be the head of companies just because we're Black. Do you understand that? Yeah,
but in my opinion, I feel like that is just like having a mindset of we just believe. No, it is real. It is real. That there is. Like the institution, hold on, the institutions and the social engineering is tailored against Black people. It is, like, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you're not meant to do the right thing or, you know, like move outside of the typical stereotype. Do you know what I mean? What my thing is that a lot of Black people are quite happy to go along with the stereotype and feel like, yeah, we shouldn't be in positions of power. We're meant to be rappers and athletes, and you know that's the pinnacle of success. You know, and it's not. That's the lie, and that's where us Black people, we fuck up ourselves.
Absolutely, man. I mean, we're conditioned to be just dysfunctional as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always been like that ever since, particularly in America, ever since they freed the slaves. They always conditioned us to always think less of ourselves. You know, we don't go spend money at a black business because we think that because it's black, you don't do it as well. You understand, right?
Yeah, but I would say it's not just it's a two-edged sword. What you're saying is true. You know, we have especially in America as well. Like blacks have been told or encouraged to believe that you can only do certain types of things and be successful, or that you can't be successful at all. But at the same time, for instance, like you're saying about creating a business, like some black people have tried to create business, and they can't get a business loan from the bank, and the bank won't give you a real reason why not. But really and truly, it's because they don't trust you because you're black. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that definitely happens. I definitely agree with you on that. But the thing is that many black people, right? We don't have great credit scores, right? Many black people, right? We have
turn the volume down in the background.
We're not really allowed to get good loans and good interest loans because of how bad our credits are. That comes down to financial responsibility.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, if, for instance, the whole idea of like family, right, in the black community is not promoted.
The whole idea of like
family. Bro, turn the volume down in the background.
Sorry, my bad. Might be.
Fuck. Anyway, listen. The family is where everything starts, right? If the majority of black people came out of functional nuclear families, mum, dad, don't have to be rich, just normal, right? There's certain ideals, a certain education that the children will gain and learn, life skills that they will learn that will put them in position so that they would have a good credit score, that they would know to save their money and not waste it on liabilities.
Of course.
They would have more of an entrepreneurial mindset. They would understand that the fruits of hard work and delayed gratification. But unfortunately, because black in the black families, it's usually just a single parent household with just the mom, and the government gives financial incentive and tells women that your men are no good and they're all cheaters, but if you get pregnant you can still have the kids, don't worry about it, we'll look after you. So the kids that come out of those families, they end up being unbalanced. These are not people that have financial literacy. These are not people that understand the idea of delayed gratification. They don't know this stuff. So of course they're not going to have good credit scores because their mum doesn't have a good credit score. Do you get it? Like, because let's keep it real, and this is not me being sexist, but this is just me telling the truth. Most women are horrible with money. So if most of us come out from homes where we're learning just from our mum, we're usually going to pick up bad habits too, especially financial. So that's one of the main, I feel like that is the root cause of why, a lot of black people, we don't do the right things, and a lot of times we are our own worst enemies, is because we don't have the right start. You know what I mean? But go on. Hello? I think this guy's gone, bro. This guy gone. He put himself on mute, but phone numbers in the title, Skype handles in the title. He's come back. Hello.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So as I was saying, it all starts from the family.
then you don't really have the ability to do anything else because it doesn't give you a good basis for a child.
Exactly.
So one way to get out of poverty, right? One way to get this is the most basic way to get out of poverty is first finish high school, right? Finish high school, which would be secondary school in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Have a job, keep that job, right? And then 3, don't have kids until you're married to someone. And that's everyone. Most people who do that track, none of them are in poverty. Only 1% of them are in poverty. 1% or 2% of people who do that track are in poverty.
Black people are, bruh, like that is, I would say, just not having kids early when you're not financially in position to do it. That is the number one thing. Kids are the number one reason why people are broke. Because even if you're single and you're broke today, you can change that situation. Within a year, you could be a completely different person. But if you are broke and then you go and have a kid, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
You're fucked.
You're fucked.
That's it. And it's not like they usually, only have one. They usually have another one and another one. You know, and then you know, you've already put your kids at a severe disadvantage because you're broke. So how are you gonna teach? How are you gonna teach them financial literacy? How are you gonna teach them about creating business and the importance of, you know, being your own boss and stuff like that? How are you gonna teach that to them? How are you gonna teach them about why it's important to get real estate and how to try and stay debt free and all these kind of things and being frugal with your money, etc., etc.? Like, how you? No, you don't. And what happens? And what happens? Most of these kids that come out these homes, they end up doing jobs that they hate, remedial work that has no career, right? Or they end up doing illegal things. Because the ironic thing is, when you live in these kind of low income environments, it's low income, but what you notice is everybody wants to look rich.
Yeah.
So what they do is they usually do some kind of illegal activity so that they can buy Gucci belts.
Yeah.
In low income environments. That's why you see a lot of music videos, young black boys and black girls now, yeah, where they're doing music videos, acting like they're rich. They got a good Louis Vuitton belt and Louis Vuitton shoes on or whatever, and they're in an expensive car, but they're in a council estate.
Priorities, man. That's why I say priorities, pretty much, dude. That's the reason why a lot of people in America and the UK are poor, right? These are first world countries because they don't know how to spend they're just financially illiterate. They don't have the back good with their money. I want to touch on you want to comment on that?
No, you're right. Go on. But your reception's a bit choppy, but go on, be quick, man.
I want to talk about black on black crime, the black on black murder. I lived in like a white area and stuff like that. It wasn't really a lot of crime or anything like that, but I know that there was a lot of crime. I guess down the street. I mean, it was like in the ghetto. I like this private school and stuff. There was I had a friend. And I didn't really know.
Bro,
him,
your reception's really choppy, man.
Sorry. Well, I had a friend at the school who he got killed actually the other day. He was going to school. He was trying to become an engineer. And he got killed back in his neighborhood. And I was just thinking, like, why do we do this? Like, why do we just like to hate on each other so much that we want to kill each other? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, it's just so unfortunate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like as I said in the video I just did a couple hours ago. Did you watch that video?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, like as I said in that video, I was saying that like I personally, I've had to make the actual conscious decision to like let a lot of past grudges go. Like, because the fact of the matter is that it's negative energy, number one. Number two, that is actually one of the staples of quote unquote white supremacy, to make black people hate black people and want to kill other black people. You know, but usually when you break down the motives behind why a lot of black people kill other black people, it's usually very petty things. And a lot of the black on black crime that you see that is gang related is usually, a lot of times it could be beefs that have been 10 years old, where the people that are the youth that are fighting, they don't even know why they're fighting. They're fighting over postcodes and, oh, you're this gang and I'm this gang, so we're automatic enemies and stuff like that, because of a beef that happened like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean?
The cycle of violence, man.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other communities, but it's only our community where it's glorified. It's glorified to the point where black on black death or black on black murder is mainstream entertainment.
Why do you think that is? Why do we think that promoting genocidal music, listening to genocidal music about killing another black, why is that such a big thing? Like,
number one is promoted by the white supremacy. It is promoted by, it's deliberate. Because all right, for instance, popular black music in America wasn't always gangster rap. You know, there was a conscious era, but that was swiftly moved out by the record labels to gangster rap. And the most ironic thing about, you know, all this rap music, especially today, it's not really black people that are buying it. It's actually white kids that are buying it. It's white kids that go to these shows and pay their tickets to go and see Lil Uzi Vert or to see whoever. It's not black kids that go and pay for that shit. They just listen to it on the radio. But guess who?
yeah,
but the thing is, who lives at? But the thing, hold on, bruv. Hold on, stop trying to talk over me, bro.
Sorry, my bad.
The thing is, who tries to live out the lyrics? It's not the white kids that paid their tickets, bruv. It's the black kids that listen to the songs on the radio or they download it from the internet and they try and live out those lyrics. While the white kids, they make the rappers rich, but they know that, yeah, I can go home to my household where my mum and dad lived there and I don't have to worry about, you know, drug dealing to get my next meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's if we can I talk about?
Yeah, go ahead.
If there was just two parents in a household, right? Like two good parents in a household, there wouldn't be, the gangster rap probably wouldn't exist, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
In most black households, it just wouldn't exist. I mean, like, I feel that we just don't have like minds of our own. We can't think for ourselves. We as black people can't think for ourselves. And so we just go on with just the narrative, like, oh, just if we see our favorite female rapper twerking, we're gonna do that, you know, or the girls are gonna do that. If we see, you know, our favorite male rapper doing this or that, because we just worship celebrities. That's why the Democrats can go put a celebrity like on a ticket, right? And then just a bunch of black people will vote for him because we just love to worship celebrities.
Yeah,
because we live vicariously through celebrities.
Yep. That's why. Why do you think I do videos talking about stop idol worshipping?
Yeah.
It all goes. Everything is a part of the same puzzle. The idol worshipping, the music industry. You know, interracial dating. Why that's pushed so much. All these kind of things. tribalism amongst black people. It's all a part of the same puzzle. And the puzzle is how to keep black people down, how to keep black people controlled.
Yeah.
The reason why they corrupt African governments is all a part of the same bubble, bro.
Yeah. It's all part of the white supremacy.
Yeah.
And we buy it, you know?
Absolutely.
Also, I want to talk about the BLM thing, about the whole movement that's going on, right? It's all fake. That shit's all fake. The white people who do that shit, it's all fake. Because most of these people back in high school, they would talk about how much they hated black people, and now they're just all of a sudden they're fucking posting all this bullshit about how they're all for the BLM thing because it's trendy. They don't want to look like an outsider, you know. They want to be conformist. So I just don't really. It's all bullshit and stuff.
To be honest, like I like on social media, I didn't post any of that shit except like, you know, the stuff with George Floyd and stuff like that, and just like general stuff. Like I didn't post that Blackout Tuesday thing. I to be honest, my videos say a lot, so I don't need to, you know, post something on Instagram. Like fuck that. Do you know what I mean? That means nothing. Like like these people just posting a black square, putting hashtags underneath it. That don't mean nothing. That's not teaching no one nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
One thing.
Hey, you gotta be quick, man. You've been on long. You gotta be quick. This is gonna be the last one, yeah.
So it's like when you're talking about the poor white people versus poor black people.
Yeah.
Dude, poor white people, they kind of the same white people. A lot of white people just don't like when like a black man is like has more money than them or is like richer than them. You know what I'm saying? You don't like when a black family is just like they don't conform to that stereotype, you know? Being like low income, like a lot of white, not all, but a lot of them, they just don't really like that stereotyping, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that stereotype, they don't like us not conforming to that stereotype.
No, it's just
a lot of them want us to be that nigga, or they get surprised when you're not that, you know.
I don't know about all that. I'll just say that it's different. If you compare, like, I feel like if you compare the experience of a poor black person and a poor white person in a white country, it's going to be different. Yeah, the white person is poor, so he's going to be treated as a poor person, but it's not going to be worse than being poor and being black in a white country. There's no way.
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? And that's my take on that. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, we're not saying all white people are bad. We're not saying all non-black people are bad. Just the same way as I'm saying not all black people are good either. A lot of black people are enemies and agents too. Do you know what I mean? But like, you know, we just have to be real and be realistic about what is going on in here so we can, you know, do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But bro, I appreciate the call, man.
No problem, man.
All right, man. Hey, call back anytime, man. It's appreciated.
Thank you.
All right, take care, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, I'm going to take one more call. One more call. Big up Donald Granado Donaldo. Yeah, big up Donaldo for the super chat. I appreciate that. Big up Yolanda Davies. Black Americans don't control their images in MSM. The miseducated, uneducated, ignorant black man and woman is overrepresented. How can we change this? I absolutely agree. I think ignorance is always promoted. Black ignorance is always promoted. That's why when serious shit happens to black people, what does the mainstream media do? They bring out a rapper to ask a rapper his opinion. Why are you asking a fucking rapper his opinion? What the fuck does he know? Do you know what I mean? It's so ridiculous. Like, but what can we do? I think just on the ground level, we need to promote having nuclear, functional, balanced families. That is the first point of call. Don't think about trying to save the whole world. Think about, you know, the ground level first, the foundation, the root, and the root is families. We have too many single mothers running around in the black community, and these kids that come out of single parent homes, myself included, end up not being balanced enough to deal with society. Simple as that. This is the last call. Hold on one sec. One sec. Big up Russian Biscuit. He said, like I said first chat, big up and keep up the good work. I appreciate that, bro. Big up Russian Biscuit. Yeah. All right, cool. So what's your name and where you calling from?
What's up, King? This five from the chat. I'm calling from DC.
Okay, cool. So what you want to talk about, bro? You're the last caller.
Absolutely, much respect, brother. I've been following and supporting you for the last 2 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to address just two things. Well, I want to address one thing, and I just want to make a point we can build on. The first thing I want to address is I was the guy in the chat asking the other individual, was he in the streets? Because he made a statement that is extremely problematic in this country, which is that black people, regular black people, are at some type of that there's a threat or they are endangered when they're in black neighborhoods, and that is a blatant lie. Okay, that's a blatant lie.
Oh, okay.
A black person, a regular black person, working black person, responsible black person, danger in the black community. The only black people.
Hey, your reception's a bit choppy, bro. Hello?
That are in danger.
Hey, you
understand, brother?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, your reception completely cut out for a little bit, man.
Oh, yeah. That's because I'm in a bad spot. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, I can hear you better. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Ah, your reception's gone again. Yo, bro. Hey.
That are like economically blessed are those.
Bro. Hello.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yeah, you like better? Wherever you are. When
is that a better connection, bro?
Yeah, when I can hear. Yo, when I can hear you, do not move from where you are, because like it's like it keeps going in and out. So when I can hear you, just stay where you are. All right.
I'm driving. That's why.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. All right. Go on.
But you can hear me though.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, go on.
Okay. Yes. The only black people that are at some type of threat in economically depressed neighborhoods are those engaged in criminal lifestyles. So I just wanted to address that, because I was the brother that kept asking that other brother, was he in the streets? Because he said he feels he's in danger when he goes to black neighborhoods. And that's a lie, brother. You know, and all of us who live in this quote-unquote hood know that. If you are a regular working person, a good person, you have nothing to worry about, because nobody is targeting regular, black folks. You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. You know what? Yeah, I get, and that now it's better that now I understand why you kept saying I'm in the streets. I get it now. Yeah, like basically, I get your side of it, but I do get his side of it as well, because like let's be real. Yeah, even from a young age, if you was kind of like a square, you would get picked on. Like from a young age, we all know that's how it starts, right? And then even as a grown up, even as an adult, being like the quote unquote square in a black community, especially if you're in any kind of hood environment, you know that's not desirable, bro. You know that's not desirable. Now, I'm not saying that if you're a square, you're gonna experience or be a victim of crime. I'm not saying that necessarily. That's where I kind of agree with you, but it's still it can still be considered kind of like undesirable. Undesirable. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the potential.
In certain areas, in certain black neighborhoods, if you're not
quote unquote street, you will be ostracized, and that's true. But that's not a bad thing, because if you're not street, you don't want to be in the streets, because there's nothing in the streets but jail or death.
Yeah,
So,
but then with that being said, then you kind of prove his point that, like, if you are ostracizing that community for being a stand-up square dude, which is not a bad thing, then you might as well not be there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that, you're kind of agreeing with what he's saying.
No. What he said was black neighborhoods, and he used that term very broadly.
Okay.
You should have been specific and said hoods, black economically depressed hoods.
Yeah.
And if you are not in the hood participating in criminal activity, you should not be in the hood.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want to be in the hood.
True.
You see?
Yeah. No, I get where he went wrong now. Like, he should have been more specific to what he was, because I'm sure he meant hood, but he didn't actually say it, he didn't clarify it. So yeah, he left himself open to rebuttal. But again, I would say that, like, yeah, if you are a square dude and you're living in a hood, you the potential for you to be a victim of in one way or another is kind of high. You gotta be real about that.
I have to disagree. Let me tell you why, King. Because I'm gonna speak up as of in the last 10 years. And the criminal element, and I got reservations on what is considered criminal and not criminal, because I don't really respect nothing that a European puts a title on when it comes to a reference to the laws that they write, but that's a whole other story. But okay, anyway, no guy that's legitimately in the streets, and I'm not glorifying anything, I'm just giving you an example. No guy that's legitimately involved in criminal behavior is going to risk 7 to 10 years, because that's what robbery. That's the time that robbery gets. 7 to 10 years just to rob some quote unquote working black man. You understand what I'm saying? It's not worth it. You see what I'm saying? There's no benefit to that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's young boys that will do that, bro. There are young boys that will do that.
Yeah.
I know, bro. I know young boys that will do that personally. So
no, you're right. But those boys are probably under the age of 18, right?
Yeah. We're talking about like 16-year-olds that are just hungry. They don't care. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, they don't care. If you look like food, they're gonna eat. That's the way they see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are kids, basically. And see, here's the thing with that. That's pathology. That's what we call pathology. And that pathology, as we know, is design. Anytime, and it's not specific to black people. Any human you put in an economically depressed environment, they're going to fight over resources. So we all know, you know that, because you spoke on that, and everybody knows that if they really think about it. But so I wanted to make that clear to the other brother in the chat. You got to be a little bit more concise with what he says, because that's low key propaganda. You see what I'm saying? Because you have a nice size following, and so people tune into the chat, and when people say things like that in the chat, some people take those things literally, brother. You see what I'm saying? So that he has to be more concise as far as that's concerned.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think, like, now that you got a chance to call in and speak and say your point, I totally agree with what you said. Like, now I understand where you was coming from, because before, when I saw the chat, all I saw is, oh, you're not from the street. Like, I just kept seeing street. Are you from the streets? And it kind of led me to believe that kind of, that same old, oh, I'm a real ass nigga, I'm from here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we don't need that, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm from that environment too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but bro, like, at the end of the day, it comes to a point where we have to understand that, like you said, this conditioning, this is not good for us, and it's kept us down from the inside out. It's kept us down. Like, do you know what I mean? So you know, but I fully agree with you. The other guy needed to make what he was trying to say clear, like. But I'm kind of inclined to believe that I know he meant the hood, but he didn't make it clear. So yeah, I do have a big you know, base of people watching. So if they see his comment, that could mean anything. Do you know what I mean? That could be, oh, as long as it's black people, then you should be in fear. And yeah, you was right to address it the way you did. You know what I mean? Like, but you said you had something else to say anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to speak on it's kind of in line with what we're talking about, which is this notion of black on black crime or murder, which is non-existent. First of all, that's a white supremacist concept. You understand? Because you've never heard whites or Latino or Asians classify crime as Asian on Asian crime or Latino on Latino crime. You understand? That's a white supremacist concept and it's propaganda because crime is crime. That's number one.
The only reason anyone hey, the only reason like it would make any sense to use the term like I did, black on black murder, right? The only reason I used that term is because that is what I specifically was talking about. Like, for instance, with the other guy that you was going back and forth with in the chat, you wanted him to be specific. With what I was talking about in that last video I just did, I wanted to be specific. I didn't want no shadow of a doubt. I'm not talking about blacks doing stuff to whites or you know, Latinos and whites or whatever. I'm making it very clear what I'm talking about. Black people killing black people. That's why what I said was totally relevant, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Whether you know whether it could be used or you know it's a white supremacist construct or whatever, that's all well and good. But what I'm saying is still valid, and that that terminology, that phrase works because it is very clear and concise and clear for everyone to interpret. But go on.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's very concise. In my opinion, it would be more constructive if you change the terminology because you never want to adopt anything that comes from a European when in reference to us, especially something negative. You never want to do that. But you know, but besides that point, murder or violence in our community. First of all, it is it's a small percentage of black males that are actually killing each other. I'm in America, brother. And I've been doing this social study for the last 8 years. It's extremely small. Let me give you an example. Let me tell you. In the United States of America, only 19% of black males actually have a felony record, okay? You understand? No, I'm sorry. It's like 25%. It's like 25 or 50%. And only 19% of them are actually incarcerated. You understand? So that is a small, and then since you're talking about violent crime, murder, it is a small percentage of black men that are actually murdering each other, brother. A small percent of, extremely small. You understand? But again, like you said, the music industry just aggrandizes it and glorifies it. So when other people across the world look at the black community in America, they tend to believe that, oh, y'all just, it's a lot of, y'all killing each other over here. When it's not really happening like that. You understand? And like the white supremacist media uses Chicago. And truth be told, Brother King, Chicago, first of all, Chicago is hands down the most corrupt police and law enforcement state or city of law enforcement in America, and they're known for that. From back in the 40s, called Serpico. Back in the Serpico days. That's number one. Number two is a lot of the cops are committing a lot of the murders in Chicago. That's number two, brother. and this is a fact, it's documented. And also, they lie about these shootings. If you ever watch Fox News, when they broadcast about some shootings in Chicago, or every time, it's always around the holidays, and they say 20 people, 15 people got shot and killed, and it's a complete and utter lie. You understand what I'm saying? So they aggrandize this thing where they lead the world to believe that black men.
All right, bro. Let me. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, and I'd have to see the numbers for myself. Like I'm not the kind of person that just goes off what somebody says, right? So I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I'd have to see the numbers myself, right? But the fact of the matter is, like, what I was talking about in that video wasn't just the actual act of blacks killing each other, but it's deeper than that. It's just the whole mentality that black people have towards each other, you know. And like you touched on the music industry, black people are so like enthusiastic about, black people destroying themselves. Like it's the culture. Like the black on black murder is not just like the actual killings, it's the mentality as well. A lot of black people have the mentality of black on black murder. I was talking about, just having envy and jealousy. You have envy and jealousy for black people first, before any other demographic. Like when a lot of times black guys they want to sleep with another man's woman. It's not usually a white dude's girl. They want to sleep with another black dude's girl. This is the whole puzzle of this whole the video I was talking about. It wasn't just necessarily the killing, which obviously you're saying the numbers are not accurate and white supremacy lies. That's all well and good, right? But the mentality is what is really keeping us down. Do you know what I mean? It's the mental side of it, the psychology of it. The psychology of it, when you look in society, the media, it tells us, it drums in our head, kill a nigga, kill a nigga, kill a nigga. Like, that's okay. You can't say that about any other demographic. You can't even say you don't like another. Listen, we can't even go up on a mainstream platform and say we don't like this demographic. You will get blackballed for that. But it's okay for a black boy to, and we've got a big music scene in the UK as well. I'm sure you don't really know about it, called drill music. Just do a YouTube search on UK drill music, right? You're gonna see loads of videos, loads, and you're gonna see little black boys from the age of 11 up. They're wearing masks and they're talking about stabbing each other. Listen, it's one thing to shoot someone, but it's a different level of hate you have to stab someone, bro. That's a different level, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, a lot of black people, they buy into it, they normalize it, it's entertaining, and then they go out and do it. I don't know, like you're saying that the numbers are not high, black deaths are not high in America. Is sensationalized. Okay, but it does happen a lot. And in the UK, when I came back to the UK, right? I came back in 2017, right? I remember there was 1 month that the murder rate of black boys stabbing other black boys, the murder rate had gone past the murder rate in New York. But the UK's a small, the UK's a small country, bro. And the black people in the UK is only 3.6%. Mainly all in London. So there's absolutely no reason why ever the black murder rate in the UK should ever be any state in America. Never. It should never happen, bro. But it did. And I know this is true because I know loads of black boys that have been stabbed, and I know loads of black boys that have stabbed people, bro. So no one can tell me that this is sensationalized. It's real. And we're not even talking about gun crime, because gun crime is there as well. We're just talking about the knife crime, bro. So I think that what you're saying, you know, what you're saying can be true, but you know, we still have to put this message out there that black on black crime or black on black murder is unacceptable.
It definitely is.
It needs to be something in the psyche.
What I want to get people to understand is that that's pathology. That's pathology. See, when excuse me, when you know, the Willie Lynch letter is debatable if it's authentic or not, but what is definitely obvious is the principles in the Willie Lynch letter. And one of the notes in the Willie Lynch letter is to make a slave. Let us make a slave is to make a perpetual child. You understand?
Yep.
And that's what black people are. That's what we are in the United States of America. We are perpetual children. That's why our women don't take accountability for shit. A lot of men don't take accountability for shit unless we're forced to. You know, by law enforcement or the system. Because that's my design. And you know, so I just want us to put it into the right context, use the right terms. Because see, when you can articulate and you can name things correctly, that's the key right there. See, I think it was Confucius. Confucius said the beginning of wisdom is calling things by their right name. You see, so when we can put it in the context and give our situation, give it the right name. Black on black violence is pathology, but that's mental illness. You understand? So we got to give these things the right names, and then we can constructively dissect them, and maybe we can solve them. You see, but if like this, if we're using any type of description to describe our negative behavior, and we're using something that a European said, we already lost. Just when we do that, we've already lost. So that's pretty much the point I'm trying to make, brother Richard.
Nah, I feel what you're saying. It's just that, like, you gotta understand, especially with like these videos, like YouTube videos, like, you may not have liked the way I worded the title or whatever, but you gotta understand, like, you've only got so many characters you're working with, right? Number one, as in letters that you can put in a title, and you have to get the viewer's attention with that title. Like, I could have worded it differently. The psychology behind the hood deaths or the hood killings or something more specific. I could have worded it different. Or the pathology of black people hating other black people is engineered by white supremacy. I could have worded it different, but I need to put something that is gonna have punch. Black on black murder is straight to the punch in the face. Like, what the fuck is that? And a lot, you know, and I know black people. A lot of black people have low attention spans. And if you don't flash something shiny in front of their face, they won't look.
That's true. That is so true.
That's why I have to word it the way I word it. I know that it's a deeper meaning to it. I know that, brother. And you know, everything you said sounded very, you know, accurate. You know, I would have to look into certain things, but you know, from the sound of it, you know what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? But I still have to apply a certain strategy to get people to see, and then they will actually listen to what I'm saying, and they will get a deeper understanding. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong or anything like that, not at all. But you know, you got to understand. Sometimes we're playing a game, innit? Do you know what I mean? There's a strategy to the game, like, you know what I mean? So, if I can use a term, let's say that, like in your opinion, white supremacy came up with that term. But I've never heard black on black murder in used the way I used it. But if white supremacy's used it in a negative way, I've basically used it to put out a message. And I'm sure somebody has looked at that video who wasn't a subscriber, who wasn't a regular viewer, but they saw that title and was like, whoa, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
True.
You know what I mean?
I see now. I see now why you titled it that. That's smart move.
Yeah, I'm a smart guy, you know. I'm not just a pretty face, bro. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Trust me.
Our people have an extremely low attention span. It's insane.
Yeah, man. But that's cool. But I appreciate the call. Hey, listen, you can call back anytime. In fact, I'm gonna give you a wrench, bro. I'm gonna give you a wrench. Don't abuse it, bro.
I won't, brother. I appreciate you so much. I'll be calling back. Absolutely.
All right, cool. You're 5, the red pill, innit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a wrench, bro.
Okay, brother. I'll catch you next time.
All right, wicked, man. Call back anytime, bro. Take care. All right, bro. Yeah, that was a good call, man. That was the last call of the night. I'm really glad that he got through. Yeah. Big up Rogue Scholar. He says, I don't condone violence, but when dealing with a savage, you must become a savage. I'll leave it at that. The world is dominated by a savage. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. 100 motherfucking percent, bro. 100%, bro. Real talk. Big up Astronomical. Long time subscriber and support of this channel. Did you have prejudice football teammates? Hell no, bro. But bro, my team was 98% black. my football team was 98%. Bro, every football team, every team I've played on, except when I played rugby, yeah, because I played rugby when I was a lot younger, right? But every other team apart from that I've ever played on has always been predominantly black. Whether it was basketball, football, American football, it's always been predominantly black. Like, so yeah, that's just the way it is, man. That's just the way you know, that's the way the cookies always crumbled, my brother. But I appreciate the support as always, man. Listen, this has been an awesome video. I've enjoyed talking to all of you, yeah? I will be back tomorrow, so don't worry. If you didn't get your chance to speak, I'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you go subscribe to my second channel where you can watch the playback, because once I terminate this, it will be gone and you'll only be able to watch it on my second channel, which I'm spamming in the chat right now. Make sure you go there and subscribe right now. Subscribe, all of you. Subscribe to the channel. I'm spamming it in the chat right now. Yeah, like a virus. Go over there and subscribe, and then you can watch all the playbacks. And you need to subscribe to that channel as well, because after a while, once I get to a certain number of subscribers over there, I'm not going to do these call-in shows on King Richez no more. I'm only going to do them over there. Yeah? So if you know you don't want to miss out, then make sure you go subscribe to that channel. Again, let me repeat that. Once I get to a certain number of subscribers over there, I won't be doing live call-in shows on the King Richez channel anymore. I will only be doing them over there. Only over there. Right? So if you know you enjoy these long videos, these call-ins, you want to call in and speak and all of that, make sure you subscribe over there right now, yeah? Do that right now. Don't wait around. And big up Rogue Scholar. Big up everyone that's subscribed over there already, yeah? Big up Rogue Scholar. They said they like to spread democracy, and we all know how democracy gets spread. Absolutely. That's that's the truth, bruh. That's the fucking truth. Democracy. That's a joke. They went and took democracy over to the African countries, and look at how them countries are doing. You know what I mean? Real talk. But yeah, anyway, I'm about to end the show. I appreciate each and every one of you. Everyone that is a subscriber here, go and subscribe to Don't Shoot the Messenger. Go over there, subscribe, watch all the videos, like all the videos. Please do that. Yeah, please. Help your brother out. Go over there and watch all the other videos. There loads of content over there, long videos. You can watch them while you're doing your housework, while you're, you know, traveling, you're driving or whatever. All right. I appreciate all of you, and I'll be back tomorrow. So don't worry. I'll be back. All right. All right. Peace.